Okie dokes. On 3, 2, 1. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo. Phew, I made it. Okay, let's go, go, go on this. Definitely. Let's make sure that we're live on YouTube, and then I'll pass the link around over to pass the link over to the Discord. And there's a lot of things going on. I do not think I'm going to be on for a couple of hours today, but I wanted to make sure that we got a couple of things sorted out. And here we are, we're live. And grab the copy. Go. And we'll welcome in our chat. Show chat. Make sure the Nightbot is working. Make some changes, I think, to the Nightbot as well. All right, let me see. Where do I start? Let me grab the URL and toss it into the, and then the panel link goes here. Where did we go? We're right here. All right. I actually wasn't expecting, here is your panel link. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. I'm very interested to see. There we go. There we go. All righty. Okay, let's get the Nightbot going. All right. Okay, so check this out. I've had a Discord once before, and I had to kind of, like just shut it down because there was, well, there was just really there was no need for it. And then, of course, a lot of us came over to Discord, and there are certainly praises, right, about Discord being fantastic and wonderful. And we had an incredible YouTube yesterday, and having that YouTube yesterday going from just a spattering of people finding the channel to a few more people finding the channel, we are able to reunite. Some people that I've known from the past are able to reunite with me over here at the Discord. So you can see that working on the rules and even understanding how the Discord actually works, we now have more people over at the Discord. We have 6 people offline, and we have 13 people online. And there was the only post that was made in the main channel. Let me see. At 6:11 and 6:14 this morning, and between 6 and 3:33 p.m. there were no posts whatsoever. No contribution, meaning no contribution, nothing. Nobody had anything to say to anybody about anything. And I want to make sure that without it being something different than the intention, and that you don't misunderstand, the tone of my voice or anything. But this is a working channel. This is where we're all contributing. It is not asynchronous. There's no guru. We're all contributing. So yesterday, I know that there's a lot of channels that have some really deep rules. Try going over to Dino or DonutBot and taking a look at their rules. They're the full screen depth of how to behave, how to talk, how to all of this sort of thing. And of course, I've been on the internet long enough, right? I don't have, if you don't have your own kind of human rules, I'm certainly not going to be the one, right, to create them. So we put a little kind of a guidelines, or what would be called a rules, just a draft of rules. And I had put the first draft up many hours ago, and there's no contribution. I even said, if you'd like to rewrite them or add, please do. And then I wrote out today, the rules should be established in the first week to 10 days, so please make your thoughts known. Thank you. That was at 3:43. It's now 10 after 4. I was asked for an invite link. I put the invite link into the ChartChatConnect development channel, and people are coming in. There's no one that's saying hello. One person came and then immediately put themselves on, disconnect or what have you. So I want to make sure that you know that this is a working channel. We're only going to be open for 3 months, and then we'll close down and clear out the room. And so I want to put some of the rules and see whether or not these are rules that you guys are interested in, or if you've seen other rules that you would like to see, etc. So today is going to be, while we're on YouTube, a little different than a price action. If you don't mind, so that I can kind of get this out of my system a little bit, because I'm actually very, okay, the Nightbot is working just fine. I'm actually very, the word isn't surprised. I'm almost like, what? Like I'm scratching my head, because I don't know. Maybe it's common to jump in and out of channels. That's really cool. But I wanted to make sure that early on that the message went out there that ChartChatConnect is like a creator group. It's a working relationship on the internet. I'm not suggesting that it's a commitment, but if you show up, there's an expectation that you can contribute. And I'll tell you what, this is how low the bar is, crazily enough. Your contribution just has to be hello. That's all that it has to be, maybe. But I think that what will have to have happen is that if you don't, like if I send you a message and it's like, hey, how are you doing? And that message goes unconnected with, like I'm not doing the third thing. The name of the channel, the name of the website is ChartChatConnect. And so this is not where it is ChartChat Consume. It is ChartChatConnect. And so you have to reach out, please. It's difficult for me to say a rule of the server is for you to connect, but you know how to connect if you're on Discord. I'm sorry, like I know that you know how to do these things. So do the right thing by making sure that you live up to the ChartChatConnect, which means toss a chart in, do a little bit of chatting, and if I reach out to you, or anyone reaches out to you that reaches out to me, connect with that person. Okay? You need to really be thinking about that. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to be putting myself on mute for just a moment. Hold on. Okay, back to business. Charts are going to be up in just a moment, guys. You'll be seeing me off and on for the hour, it'll be off and on the mic. Alrighty. We are going to run through quite a few charts, I think. We'll try and get through, I don't know, maybe 10 charts, and not really talk too much about their setups, but to work on the tool set over here for the watch list. And you'll notice that I think if I bring this up here, and the legacy markets, of course, are up here, but this is the beginning build of the watch list. And so I thought, well, maybe what we can do is kind of confirm what that watch list would look like, and optimize it for the day when we go live, something like that. So let's see. We start with the BTC USD pair. We'll run over there. This is the Coinbase pair. Let me minimize this just a little tiny bit. I better not just now, though. Let me just let this run. I know it's going to look a little not as pretty as it could, but for you guys that have a copy of the chart, as a matter of fact, let me take a picture of the chart and see what happens with the watch list blown out. If I take it over to the Discord, what happens there? Okay. See. Yeah, okay, so it squeezes it down a little bit, which might be okay if you already had the chart from prior hours when we were talking about how we were able to establish that free market line. And so generally what we could say about that line is that there's a lot of volatility that's threading through that line. Okay, it's attracted to the upside. Shorts take it in, the longs come back in, the shorts bring it back down, the longs take it back up, etc. So it's threading, but it's responding to that line in an interesting way, and probably all sorts of other things on the left-hand side, including if we were to drag the Fibonacci over. We know that there was an attempt to go inside of that area of where I thought that yesterday we really needed to kind of get in there and stay in there for a little while, not these levels down here as we're threading in and around. So let me write to Nomad here. Okie dokes. All right. I don't, I'm not going to get freaked out about that. Okay. All right, so that's what happens when we take it over to Discord. The chart does get resized, but as I said, if you were following the chart yesterday, you would sort of kind of understand why we have this free market line in here that does seem to have some attraction. We'll open up the chart a little bit more probably later in the day, but let's just kind of go through some charts here. Here's the Doge. Remember, this would be the Doge on, actually, let me change the time frame up. Change it to the hour. Don't know if I have any writings on Doge yet, but here's the Doge 60 minutes. So Doge went through a Ruby cross. Go ahead and take off these wicked wicks so that you could see. So the Doge went short on Ruby, the 51 above the 96. I don't really know exactly what's happening inside of there. It looks like the 51 and 96 are colliding, so there's some confluence there. With the 243 holding the name up, though, so we want to make sure that we understand exactly how this short came into play. We might want to do a little bit more work on the Doge. And however, I know that there's some yippity yap about the Doge had been on the move. So let me take a little bit of another view here. So clearly, right? So we know that. And so it's falling off of its top. So something very simple that anyone can do and you might want to do is that now that we have a top settled in so that we can have better conversations about Doge, we can take the top to that doji low right there and we can get in there and perfect that a little bit more if we want to. And of course we're going to get some little bit of sand, or what I call a dusty look, because we've done the Fibonacci, but you can see this is where price really needs to belong for the health of the move. So this might actually be a kiss. The 243 is holding very strong here. You can see the 243, that's the blue line here on the right. And the 243 is responding to Doge and holding the price up. It'll be very interesting to see how long this kiss actually lives its life. And we might find ourselves on another move for Doge, but anyone that wants to chime in about the Doge, please do. We'll go ahead and put a sample chart in the Discord. And let me gotta figure this out a little bit. Have this be a little bit cleaner. And this will go on the right, that'll be for the Discord. All right. I am making live comments on all of these charts. Okay, next chart up. Next chart up would be the BCC-BTC pair. The BCC-BTC pair. Very controversial situation. We did have someone that found us on YouTube who was very interested, and I said, well, I will chart it out certainly and look at it. I will not have any kind of, idea about it whatsoever until I take a look at the chart. And I gave him my opinions, and then soon after that, the chart took a ruby long. So it does have a top settled in here with a low settled in, and other markings that I've done on the it's so hard for this one, on the BCC-BTC pair. Another thing, once again, even though there's other markings on here, now that the top has been put in, and please remember, you can always go in, and you should go in and try and perfect, especially if it's a Fibonacci swing. You want to perfect these numbers by going into the, you'll notice over here for TradingView, you can actually go into the daisy wheel, and in your coordinates, you can absolutely perfect your Fibonacci by doing the high, price 1, price 2, there, okay? And so, we could slide this over, maybe like that, and then that was a 2-hour, and then we'll do a 15-minute, which is probably not going to give us too much information. Well, it went, hold on just a moment. It did go long, and whether or not it can survive the 382, that would be interesting to see if that happens. If it gets rejection off the 382, that would be where BitConnect is behaving in a certain way, but a very, what I would call very wily, very wiry trade, and it is not, from what I understand, it is a trade as a function of the business. It's not a trade in order, it's not an auction. It's a trade as a function of the business. I'm putting it that way. I wish that I knew what the economic term was. I don't, I'm sorry. There you go on that one. But there's BitConnect. Chart in the box on BitConnect. Remember, we are watching it as an expose trade. Because it has received so much press, BitConnect, that I figured that the best way to deal with it is to do it from an expose point of view. And I'll get the proper spelling of expose, which is a beautiful word. And we will, if you know anything about this at all, please contribute over at the Discord about what you know about BitConnect. All right, Discord. Here we go. This is an expose. Okay, there we go. So we're pounding on the keyboard today. All right, so there we go. We've done Bitcoin, Doge, BitConnect. Next chart up. Go ahead and get rid of that. Next chart up. And then let's make sure that the signals are working. I'm not getting the timed bot again, guys. Let me go into the Nightbot real quick here. See what the problem is. What you doing, Nightbot? "26, 5 minutes." So see, you should have received the trader rules already. We get the trader rule 1 in 5 minutes. So let me see if I can kind of release the beast over here a little bit. And get the trader rules in at least. If it's not working, I would much rather get these rules in here than say, well, the trader bot wasn't working, so yeah, it is. Okay, there we go there. All right, let's see if that helps a little bit. I'll go ahead and share the broadcast. And let's see. I think I can cover about 10 charts today. There we go. Tweet that out. Okie dokes. Next chart up. Do, 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 do. I've got that Britney Spears toxic in my brain. Why? Known that song for too long. Get it out of my brain. Extract it from my brain, please. Okay, next up. Next up on the list, remember the watch list is not, don't take anything from it. The next on the list is the EOS. EOS, of course, we've done quite a bit of work on, not too crazy. And it may be too that I may have cleaned it up a little bit. Let me take a look at the 2 hour on the EOS Bitfinex. Yeah, just channel location, basically. You guys can kind of see that if I move it over. Channel location, short took a latch, long took a latch. The long is now traveling up and under the channel line. We'll go a little tighter in to EOS. We'll do the 15 minutes so you can see what's happened. Is that it gave this, and this is what's happening with a lot of these names, by the way, too. It's not as though these are false reads. This is where the directional play is really demonstrating volatility. So it's not any of the fault of any of the indicators. If you do not know how to play volatility, you will have a very hard time sometimes when these trades take these major moves. But let's do a candle count for the move itself and see what happened. We know that it settled up down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You remember yesterday when I was talking about, I know about Tom DeMar. This is something completely different. For me, it's called the 9. It's the 9-bar move. It could be based on news for 9 minutes, and it's just I don't know. It's air quote been in my family. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it proves out Tom DeMar's method or not. It's just that you're given about a 9-candle move, especially when we have a waterfall effect like this. So we get the 9-candle move. We get a little bit of legginess down here at the bottom, some tweezer-like sort of bottoms that come in that hold the trade. It goes above the 243. It passes over the apex of this left shoulder here, and then you get the move that continues. It's all very touchy around here, though. When you get this kind of a drop down of each one of the EMAs, you have to really adjust yourself and you know, have an idea of what the risk is for this long to survive. But it was a ruby long underneath the trend line, trying to reconnect with probably the trend line, looking for maybe EOS. Don't follow it enough publicly to share with you any kind of projection. I can just tell you that after enduring this volatility, it looks like it would rather enjoy being underneath the trend line, which is up in this area, and on trend, well, on trend right now, it's $8.67.5, $8.60 up here. If we were to move the bar over, you can do also another little trick as long as it's pretty much at a 45-degree angle. And you can just march up the price just like this. You don't even have to be that perfect about it, but it's the same old, same old. You're still at $8.70 on EOS if it was to recover. We'll keep an eye on EOS. Put a chart in the Discord. Interesting, you know, development in EOS for sure. And I'm running over to Discord. All right, there we go, on EOS. I was asked to remove the watermarks so that we could see the charts better. And you guys need to let me know if that's cool for you. I know in the Discord, you know, you can't see, especially when the chart is squeezed in like this because of the watch list. You cannot see the name unless you open up the list. And it's just too much work. I'm telling you, it would be too much work to do, you know, the full attribution here when we're working on the YouTube as well. We can go back, though. I can go back and edit. That's another cool thing about the Discord, is that we can go back and edit. Okay, next up is XMR USD. Oh my God. Do I have a chart that's even big enough? Do I have a chart? That's big enough. We have XMR USD on Kraken. XMR USD on Kraken trading at 384 right now. So we'll get our feet kind of situated here on Kraken. Kraken took a ruby long down here at 323. The trade's at 384 right now. Same sort of volatility, although we did not get a cross. So this is a very kind of typical ruby cross long. And with certain pullbacks, we got very organized pullbacks to begin with. But the trade really hasn't looked back since the tweezer top here, where the longs just wanted to come back in and own it. Sometimes the tweezer top like that can be the spelling of the beginning of the end. It's just, and we could have actually continued to go down further, but more people want to be in. XMR. XMR. Crazy. Okay, so we'll do an XMR. We'll keep it on the 60-minute because I don't think I've ever put this chart in the Discord. I can't remember if I have or not. Oh, sorry guys. How did I lose the chart? Where'd the chart go? I think I just blew out the chart. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. And there's the XMR. I think I did. So let me get the Google Hangout back in order. Okay, that's good. We're good. All right. Next chart up. LTC USD. LTC USD trading at 249. I'm sorry, where are we? 248.71, down 1.82% on the day. Everyone that has the Litecoin chart sort of kind of knows the story here. We certainly did, along with many of the other names, take a ruby cross. And I will take the candles off right now so that we can check out and see where this pinch is coming through, okay? This is a classic pinching, just like you would see in a Bollinger Band, where there's a confluence of all of the EMAs, and the name is really struggling with the 243 above. So classically speaking, the 243 really needs to come down and wrap underneath the EMA so that it can support the price if it is to take another move up. I hope you guys can kind of see that on the 60-minute LTC. If you want to, let me go into a no candle view so that you can see it for yourself. This is when it's all congested like this. Remember, the ruby is giving you all of the EMAs are fixed on the 60-minute, but you're getting a drill down on what's happening with the EMAs on in this case, a 5-minute chart. I'll go ahead and I'll put this chart, which will probably get a lot of questions inside of the Discord. For those of you that have been on YouTube, you've seen me do this before. Okie dokes. Where are we? Okay, we want to be here, and we're going to put this little business there. And that's what that looks like close up. Fascinating, right? Absolutely fascinating. We'll go ahead and put the candles back on, and then the chart will widen up a little bit because of the way the code is. And there we go. There's the 5-minute. And what I'll do, let me do another Litecoin print. And I'll put that also in the Discord. And these charts will be moved over to their appropriate location once everything is said and done. Now, do you guys want a voice connection in the let me see if this would work. I don't know if it would. Let me see. Let me see if it would. Go voice to the charts. All right, we're going to try this. We're going to give this a try. I've never done this before. This is where Voice to the Charts now, which is actually broadcasting out on YouTube, you'll be able to kind of hear and follow if you're unable to get onto YouTube, but you can hear the conversation, and then I'm doing my best to place the thumbnails of the charts inside of the ChartChatConnect development channel. Once we're all done, we'll take these charts and move them to their appropriate channel, whether it's think like when we get to the AVT USD, for example, that chart will get moved over to the AVT USD and so forth. Okay, so let's see if that works. As long as the voice doesn't give me any problems over the Discord, then I think it might be an interesting thing to do. But I am live on my Discord. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, excellent. All right, so next up is we have XRP and Ripple on Bitstamp. I tried to do a little bit of variety between the exchanges, so it wasn't just one exchange. We'll go to the hour on the Ripple. Ripple, to me, this was an easy read. Did not speak about it publicly from the time in which it was made clear that we needed to get into Ripple. But anyway, if you'll notice down here, down below, in fact, I'll put the chart in the box so that you can see when there's trajectory and Ruby latches on the this is a 4-hour chart, by the way. You know, and clearly, right, there's times that the trade does soften, right? And you'll have where it'll flag out or ledge out, or there'll be volatility that'll take people out and so forth. However, the Ripple, this is probably, we could go in here, and this is probably a chart that you wouldn't mind seeing again on other names. Very, you know, organized, gave a lot of people chance to climb in if they wanted to. Great value, great upside momentum, great return on profit, lovely return, right to the 96, as you can see right here. And then the trade continued to go on. So I know that there's been a lot of like, what? You know, but actually, if you were to look at the chart, this has actually been a very well organized move. What the political parts of it are, I don't really care that much, because I'm just looking for when is a good time to re-enter. And of course, you know, everyone would be looking at when is this trade actually going to present itself as having a top. And we can do a Fibonacci swing on the most recent. Let me grab my tool on this high and this low, from high to low. And if you wanted to know what the downside potential was, which I'm sure a lot of people are interested in, you can grab the same tool and do the same thing off to this side. Remember, you should really perfect these things, and go high to low here. You can also do it from where we did it before. And that would give you the lower prints right here, what the potential is on the low side. So you're doing a little bit of a progressive Fibonacci by doing that. Many times what you'll do is that you'll see me do, you know, a tit for tat like that. And that if it was to return, that would mean that it's getting support from the high, from the prior high. If it breaks through the prior high, then these are the numbers that you can look for. This first set of numbers, and then the second set of numbers that are over here now drawn on this Fibonacci. I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to go ahead and take this off, because there's a lot of, I have too many Fibonacci's now that I have to get in and do the work on. We'll go into the 15-minute Ripple again, and we'll see that just gorgeous catch of the 51 here. Ruby, still lots of air in between price and the 8, which is just a sign of a great trajectory. The 8's holding price there, 8's holding price there, 8's holding price there. I mean, it's just, you know, come on, man. Come on, man. Let me make a copy of that chart and put it over in, X out of that so you guys can see the chart while I'm doing this. Okay, here we go. All right, so so that my computer doesn't go too crazy, I'm going to go ahead and take myself off of the voice to the charts on the Discord, and see what I need to do about that. And I think what I do is I mute, and mute indefinitely, Oh no, just mute, I think. All right. And then maybe come back over to ChartChatConnect. All right. Next chart up. First of all, how long have you been on? So, for a while. Let's see. How come I'm blocked from seeing your tweets? Well, let me see who you are. A lot of different reasons. So check it out. Let me go to your channel, your YouTube channel. Pretzy, gambling channel. Retz 1, Fruit Warp, Megawin, Bonanza. Okay, so this is your channel. Let's see here. This is your channel, right? So I'm going to make you famous. That's what I do, so I can go back and grab your channel, okay? That's your channel. And then Corey. I'm working on a CV, Corey. All right, Kritz, what is your handle, your @ handle on Twitter? Just throw it in here. Let me explain. I get this question quite a lot. Over the years, on occasion, I do what are called wholesale blockings for lots of different reasons. And this is one idea about the Discord only being 3 months, right? From January 1st to April 1st. That's it. And then we'll do a clean sweep. It's just called a clean sweep. You know, you just kind of, you grab your textbooks and you clean out your locker and you just move on out, and then we reconvene, you know, with fresh new eyes and fresh new start and just fresh new, right? And by doing that, it's possible. I bet these guys aren't even here anymore. Yeah, are you here in the room right now? Or am I talking to just, who am I talking to right now? Toggle on the timestamp. And get a timestamp. At 4:39, Corey asked, can you talk about your background briefly, prior trading experience and work experience? I'll put that in the Discord, Corey. Do that right now. There we go. And Kretz asked the question at 4:42, 10 minutes ago. How come I am blocked from seeing your tweets? All right, so let's get real about this. First of all, anybody and everybody can see each other's tweets, whether you've been blocked or banned or anything. We all know that, okay? If you really wanted to see my tweets, it would not matter. I would not have to discuss it with you. I would not have to manage you. I would not have to negotiate with you whatsoever. But one reason that you might have seen that you have been blocked are what are called wholesale blocks. Do you see how many Twitter followers that I have? Do you know how many of those are actually people that are following me because they want to? Now, if you were following me because you wanted to and then you got blocked, then I would have to ask you questions about who you hang out with. Because if you hang out with men or other people on the internet that use the C word or troll on me, then there's a reason that you would have been wholesale blocked in that case. But because there's an incognito, you can go into my tweets anytime you want. So there's really more harm has been done by actually you following me, etc., than you, if you were that interested in my tweets, then you would know how to follow my tweets. So, but if you give me your handle, I'm happy to see what the situation is. But of the 31,000 people, what are my Twitter followers now? 31,400 people. Let me tell you how many people I lost. This is real fun too. Where you go over to your profile and you see that you have 31,000 followers, right? This is really great. This really makes a person feel really, really good. And when you come over to your analytics and you find out that 6,000 people have unfollowed you on Twitter, that's a really good feeling. Yeah, 209 people over the last 28 days have unfollowed me on Twitter. So I have no idea why anybody would be, butthurt over me blocking them. Join the 209, make it 210 of people that have unfollowed me and go through the incognito window. If you don't want to give me your handle so that I can check it out, then I can't help you. And there's going to be a lot of drama rants like that going on because it was only recently that I even thought, why would I come through Twitter through a back door? Why would I do that? If people don't want me to see their tweets, they don't want me to see their tweets. Now, if I think that you're running a business and you're taking money from a community and then you're blocking me, then there's something seriously wrong. That's wrong because you're running a business. And a business that relies on open source, right? A business that relies on open source, and therefore you should be open. But as far as the blocking, it could have happened on a whole other different level. And it's usually, you know what? Usually the people that ask me that question, they're completely disinterested in anything that I could possibly be involved with. And from what I can tell from your YouTube channel, more than likely I am completely disinterested in what you have to, the content that you're providing. So it's just a misalignment of interests that can only go poorly. Unless you've changed. And so that's that. Okay. But you know what I was told? I was told don't even respond to people like this. But I want to make sure that everyone else has the answer too. And that's why. And if you want to know more about how come I have 31,400 followers and I'm part of the most energetic market that's ever happened in the history of mankind, why I would lose 209 followers, you'd have to ask a certain gentleman. I'll put his information in the box. Maybe you want to follow him around and be interested in what he has to say. That's my advice. That's my advice. Okay. All right. Following up on the charts. Okay. And I have to figure out how long we've actually been on. Oof. And I absolutely hate that part of me that has to really bear down on my rules, Number one, I am not here on the internet for friendship. Number two, the internet is not my baby daddy, people. Seriously. And number three, if you've used the C word against me or any other woman, you need to back off. Get a life, back off, and learn where you came from. Truly and truly. So sorry that I have to kind of drop off the Pollyanna a little bit, but at some point in your life, it's really, if this money doesn't make you a better person, nothing will. And money usually doesn't change anything anyway. So if you're a disgusting person you're going to be a disgusting person with money or without money. That is guaranteed because money doesn't fix stupid. And if you use the C word against women, that in my way of thinking puts you in a really lower IQ than I need to spend any time with. Ethereum above the Fibonacci swing at the fourth level now, at the 4236 level at 893.57. Once again, up here, way up high. I've done many, tons of hours on this chart, in different pairs too. It's a fascinating trade to me, Ethereum USD Coinbase. I'll throw that in the Discord as well. There we go on that. Okay. There we go. Next up, Neo. Neo. Another, right? Boomtown. Let's go to the 4 hours so that you can see Neo. The last time that I did public work on Neo was way back here in, I did a Fibonacci swing December the 9th, and I have not looked back. The Neo name, once again, acting very much the same, right? A lot of profit taking. I don't know if you want to call these disbelievers or whatever, but for those that came back into the name, let me see if I can get 30 minutes, see when the last time we had that volatility, right? These ruby kisses, but still the 243. Well, actually, this name has been kind of difficult. You could have, okay, this is a good read. Here, let's put another Fibonacci level here. Maybe this will make sense to you guys. There is a red light. I just saw it. Now I just lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have the high there. As soon as this recovered here and you were in the ruby long, which came in right here, go a little closer so you guys can see it. That signal from that apex, and we can get a little closer. Once that signal was latching, even if you had been accumulating here, the ruby went long right at that moment, and we have not looked back. There we go on there. Let me zoom in here. You guys maybe see, maybe I need to do it on the 30-minute. Will that help? Let me get rid of the watch list. No, because that's going to wreck the Discord. Take a picture of that. So that's Neo. So let's count how many charts we've done. Maybe we'll stop at Neo. And it might be a good time to stop the broadcast. And let's see. Yeah. Okie dokes. Yeah, 58 minutes. So we have a couple of minutes. All right, so going through, we'll pop open the chat, pop out the chat. We save the chat. At least I always try to save the chat. Not too much in the chat today. And we're interested in my background and experience. And then, of course, Kretz one wants to make himself famous by asking the typical troll question, how come you have blocked me? Like you don't know. Oops, no, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. No. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. No. Get rid of that. Sorry. Sorry. Not mean to do that. And post. Okay, so the chat will be made part of the record of the permanent record of the chat down below. Store the chat. You want to make sure too, because this person really wants to be famous. Come in and then Corey. See what Corey's deal is. Corey, go to the channel. Corey. The Crypto Chick. Dude Perfect. Josh. Arcane Bear. And Nuggets New Australia. Okay, Corey. I gotcha. There we go. I'm going to make famous Corey so I can get back to him. Corey. All right. Okay. We've been on for an hour, so we'll go ahead and we'll close it off with Neo being the poster girl. And let me take you out of the watch list so we can see the fullness of this. And I better go back over to BTCUSD. Let's close it up with here. See where we're going here on the 5 minute. We'll take a look at the 5 minute. And we know that we made an attempt, didn't we, to come through this boxed area here from the Fibonacci swing. Of course, we got the deeper prints, the apex, the right shoulder here, the return, the apex push-up, return to this FME line, which actually comes from the prior support level there. And who's there? Who's there? I can hear somebody. Who's trying to come in? So I should hear. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? You guys know about the Twitter. You guys know about the Signal Finder, which is over at Discord. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Crypto Signal Finder. Is that right? You guys are familiar with that, knowing the TradingView Crypto Signal Finder. There are other kinds of tools like this over at TradingView, and they can be very useful. They're very fast because they're getting their information that the search engine and the API calls and all of those sorts of things that are going underneath the hood of TradingView are so powerful now. So I definitely suggest that you follow the UK trading. I followed the UK one, uktradingview.com, cryptocurrency signals, and I will remind those down also in the Discord that this is a great link. And that's the one that is being shared today in the on the YouTube. Happy to do that. Back to YouTube here. And where are we? There we go. This is a good link. And I probably should, we have like a recommended link, so I think I should put that one down below. I'll wrap it up. All right, this is how this goes. Hashtag make money with beauty. Hashtag, get ready for this one. If you want a relationship with me, put it on the blockchain. Follow us over at Discord if you'd like. If you want an invite, just reach out to me on Twitter and ask me for the invite. Or I can plunk an invite. In fact, why don't I do that right now? Plunk an invite to the main channel. This invite, I believe, does expire, but everyone is welcome, provided that you understand the 3 words: that you are to chart, you are to chat, and you are to connect with everyone that is in the Discord channel. But here's the invite. I'd love to talk with you and meet you, and remember, it is a guru-free environment, so come on over. Alrighty, that's it. I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, the disclaimer. Oh, the one important thing. One more thing. Sorry. One more thing I have to do. I almost forgot the nursery rhyme here. Okay, sometimes when you come over to the channel, we will be live, like as in absolutely live, but there'll be no audio. Just make sure that you put something in the chat that will remind me that you know that the chat is going, because we have the Nightbot going as well. So check in with me there. The stream at its core is to serve as an archive of price action during volatile moves. And here's the disclaimer, although I did hear someone coming to walk into the Discord. That's interesting. Aha. Okay, like that over there. That's the disclaimer. Please be advised that all content in the charts shown is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. Trading the stock, bond, currency, cryptocurrency, commodity, and futures markets can be rewarding but is also risky. Be aware that you can lose money and in some ways lose more than you have. It can also be profitable but not without significant risks. You are responsible for your own independent investment transactions. The charts shown are not to serve as an investment advisory service. I highly encourage you to seek professional advice in regard to your own financial decisions. Information you may get from any chart shown and its further discussion in other chat rooms or forums may not reflect my opinions at the time. The chart shown in their content is not a solicitation nor an offer for professional investment advice, nor is it an offer to buy or sell stocks, bonds, currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and/or futures. Currently, the YouTube channel, is in review for monetization approval. We had monetization to the tune of 2 cents per upload before the adpocalypse. Adpocalypse came in, and of course, all of the globes went gray. Recently, the globes have gone blue, which is saying that we're under review. And so we hope that that review process will go successfully. Happy to share with you what the monetization will look like and the ads that are displaying. I think that you would be really shocked to know that some of the biggest content providers that have the most controversial are getting ads for, you know, mascara and skin creams and things like that. So it clearly is a big deal. It used to be where on my channel, Mercedes-Benz was being advertised as the example. So here we are down to where the biggest channels on the platform are being monetized through Rimmel and CoverGirl. It is really shocking to see what's happening over on YouTube. Should have taken a look at the Google chart today to see, because there's a big controversy on YouTube right now. Okie dokes. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you over at the Discord. Bye-bye now.